Hey, this is John. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to just show some footage that I took about a month ago when I picked up my bicycle from Jeffrey Bock. My 1980 Raleigh Competition GS is painted. Look for a link for that video below. But check out this bike. He actually built a new, retro Randonneur bike. It's made of steel. It's got these really cool lugs. The paint job is stinking amazing. Check out this bike. It's got vintage parts on it, so don't write it off too quick. Check it out right now. I think you'll like it. I'm here picking up my frame setting with Jeffrey Bock. I want to highlight this bicycle that he's been building. You saw it a little bit in a video I did earlier when it was being built. Now check this thing out. It's finished. This is a Randonneur bicycle that Jeffrey built from complete scratch, of course. You might remember these lugs. These are the Nuvex lugs. Is that correct?
Correct.
Nuvex lugs. And you see they're reminiscent to the old Nervex lugs.
Exactly what they're styled from.
Exactly. All right. Very sharp. You can see, actually, maybe even a little sharper. What do you got there?
Well,
here we go.
You know, this is the stock lug set.
Wow, that's gorgeous. Look at that.
And Richard Sachs developed these, and they were, directly patterned after the old Nervex. The difference being that these are for the larger diameter tubes.
Gotcha.
So it takes 1.1 inch top, 1.25 inch down to, whereas the old Nervex would have been 1 inch and 1.1 inch.
Of course. Well, that's beautiful.
But, the fit on these was beautiful. The finish is actually good. I did change a little. I tweaked the lines a little bit. And the other thing I did is the transition here I thought was too sharp, and so I did fill those a little bit so the radius is not quite so abrupt.
Gotcha. Man, that's gorgeous. And what you're looking at is not just a stock lug, but it's just beautifully painted and well put together. Obviously, check out the lines in this bike. Look at the colors, classic. There's a lot to be said about how this bike is built mechanically, but I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm a retro geek. I get off on the way it's painted, the colors, the pinstriping, all custom done. Beautiful. And now, what was the tubing you said you used on this?
Kasai.
Kasai.
And I'm not, apologize. I'm not sure that pronunciation is absolutely correct.
Gotcha. I pronounce half my bicycles wrong that I own, according to the people that watch my videos.
All right.
Now if you
there you go.
Yeah, I have several bikes I'm doing wrong.
I'd love to be corrected. So.
Yeah, I'm corrected often, which is fine. Now check this out. These fenders are all custom painted as well with the same pinstriping, the same green.
Yeah, those are Hanjo fenders.
Hanjo, and it's kind of a retro mod, but the hubs obviously are modern. You have
that's a Schmidt hub. That's German, and that's the SL model, which means that it generates the power for the headlight, and then if you go back there, the tail light.
And did you once tell me you could plug your phone in?
Well, you can wire it. So you can wire it to a USB charger.
Wow,
or actually, there's a headlight that would have a USB charger built into it that this hub would power. But this is the SL model, which means that there's a contact plate down there in the dropout that this wire is soldered to. And that wire then runs up through the fork crown, and into the steerer, and then picks up the power wire for the headlight.
Wow, that is so neat. Totally wireless.
Yeah, well, it's not wireless. It's just the wire.
Hidden wire.
Okay, so
there's one.
We got exposed wire there for the tail light, which goes through the tube, through the down tube, and then it comes out right down there in front of the chainstay bridge and then picks up the fender bead and goes back here to the tail light.
Well, that's sharp. That's a lot of fun. Let me get it. Well, this bike is set up to go to a show. You're not going to see this video until after the show. Which show are you bringing this to?
The Philly Bike Expo.
The Philly Bike Expo. Sharp.
October 29 and October 30.
And that has passed by the time you've seen this. San Marco saddle, the rolls, I believe.
Yep.
With the
Yes,
gold.
it is. Yes, it is.
Have that one. I love that. And then, of course, the Super Record seat post with your painted flutes. Is that a Mathauser shoe?
It is, and that is a Campanolo cantilever brake from their rare Campanolo's short-lived foray into mountain bike equipment.
Yeah, you don't see those cantilevers often or at all. Yeah. You know, I was going to ask you what they were out of my ignorance because I've never seen them. And you have a kind of cool drivetrain. You got a record triple with a chorus rear derailleur, which I understand was put together with different parts, and with a 10-speed, is it?
Yeah,
10-speed
drive.
10-speed drive.
Yeah, and this is the Campanolo chain with the drilled plates.
Went all out. There's
No, he went. Yeah, he went all out.
No, nothing was skimped on here for sure. Now, this is what really caught my eye. Was that Chinelli drop stem?
Well, it's
Like a
Chinelli
track stem. There you go. And just the look of it. Obviously there's lighter models, but this is
I always
short.
thought they had beautiful lines.
Yes, absolutely, just smooth. And you got quite a bit of stack here, which is needed for the center poles or the cantilevers, but also, I don't know. For myself, I would like that because I'm getting older. I like to be a little higher.
Well, that's
With a matching pump.
Well, and part of the reason I left that extra stack there too is we haven't figured out exactly what he's going to do for the decalier. The piece that holds the front bag.
Sure.
And so I left a little space in here in case he wants to use one of the ones that enters the headset stack rather than one that hangs off the stem. So, that chances are that will get trimmed a little bit.
Well, I'm really hankering for a bike similar to this, and we're gonna have to talk, and probably next year, early next year. Well, if it takes a year to build it, then we'll maybe talk sooner.
Yeah.
But gosh, is 700C wheels?
Yes, these are 700 by 38.
38. This thing's gonna ride like a dream. Well, this is beautiful. So glad you showed it to me. Can't wait to show everybody on the channel. And we'll put that video together soon and get it maybe November 1st. Once again, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Check out my next video. We're going to be showing off the Schwinn collection and a separate video showing off the Italian bike collection. Thanks so much for watching.